Hey guys, I'm Nick with Kangen Water Store in Meridian. Today we're going to talk about and actually show you guys one of the properties of Kangen water, which is actually the microclustering property of the water. And so, how I can do that visually is show you guys how to brew tea with room temperature water, which normally isn't a thing, but lucky for us, Kangen water can actually do that. And that is part of the microclustering property of the water. And very simply put, what that means is the water is literally smaller than other waters that we normally use. So tap waters from the sink, bottled waters, even filtered water from your refrigerator are actually bigger clusters of water than Kangen water. I'm going to show you that with this green tea bag. And so this is a Lipton green tea. Buy from Walmart, any local grocery store that you guys have access to. And what I'll do first is use, we'll say Fiji, to attempt to brew tea with the Fiji water. Now again, because it isn't microclustered, meaning it's not smaller, it's unable to pull the tea out of the bag and brew tea, which is why we normally would heat it up on the stove with your coffee or your tea to actually brew the thing that you're trying to make, right? So I'm dunking it, getting it wet. As you'd expect, not much is happening. I'll even strain it out. And then we'll move to the next cup. And so this time I'm going to use the Kangen water I poured about 5 minutes ago from the beautiful K8 machine here. And now I'm going to show you guys why Kangen water is so unique and beneficial for our internal environment, especially when it comes to nutrient absorption, which I'll touch on in a second. And so here we got the tea bag again, same ones before. Pour the Kangen water in, boom. Look at that. I didn't even dunk it, and I'm already brewing tea. And for all the skeptics out there, I'm gonna do this once again, just to kind of show you guys for good measure. So this is the other brand of bottled water. It's a local mineral water. Once again, put the tea bag in the bottom, pour some water in. And again, because it's not microclustered, you're not gonna get much out of the tea bag. It's not gonna brew tea, right? Dunk it, and you don't get much. Slight tinge to the water, but not much is going on. And just for one last good measure, I'll show you guys again. This is the Kangen water that we just poured. And guess what? You brew tea with room temperature water, which is kind of mind-boggling, right? How is that possible? Well, that goes back to what I mentioned before. It's microclustered, right? So the water, if you can see it up close in a microscope, is literally smaller. It's hanging out in smaller clusters than your bottled waters, your tap waters, your filtered waters. And so one more thing I want to show you guys, because this is my favorite part, which I think is the most crucial part to consider, and that is what I'd said before, is nutrient absorption, right? I think eating whole foods, eating a healthy diet is crucial. It's absolutely a huge first step, but that's exactly what it is. It's just a first step. It's right, not a means to an ends, right? So the second part we have to start considering is how do we get those whole foods, that healthy diet, to actually be absorbed efficiently by the body, right? Because it's not simple as just eating the food. You got to make sure that you're doing all of the things to allow your body to actually absorb all of the good stuff that you're eating and consuming. And so what I can do here is show you guys visually how changing the water that you drink on a regular basis, especially with meals, can absolutely change how many nutrients you're getting into the body, right? And so what I'll do is just pose a quick little situation, right? So let's pretend this is like your multivitamin, your supplements that you take, and then maybe this is like your tea or coffee in the morning, right? And so what we normally do, again, is we use our sink water or bottled water to brew coffee or tea. And so this is, say, the tea or the coffee. Well, what happens is when you use the wrong type of water, the non-microcluster, the non-smaller water, all you're really doing is just diluting it. You're not actually pulling out the nutrients that you want to get into the body, because coffee and tea actually is healthy for you, right? They have healthy properties to them. But you're not getting much out of that, minus, in addition to the caffeine, if you don't mix it with the right kind of microclustered water. And again, here's that Kangen water. So let's pretend this is your multivitamin, your supplements that you take every day. How much of that vitamin and supplement are you actually getting out of your body if you're not using the right water? You see the difference here, you guys? Look at that color difference, right? How much more of that vitamin are you getting into the body and actually being absorbed by the body if you use the right kind of water? You know what I'm saying? And let's go back to, I'm gonna see if this works, but these are the 2 cups that we had with the Kangen water. These are the cups that we used with the Fiji and the other mineral water that didn't pull much out. But even with those diluted with the wrong kind of water, look what happens when I pour Kangen water into it. There's tea in the cup, you guys. There's tea in there, but it's not mixed with the right kind of water. It's that simple, literally. And that's how we can show what microclustering means and what it does for the body, right? It's so crucial to consider not just eating the right foods, but also how we get those into our system. And so that's the microclustering feature of the water. In the next videos, we'll show you guys the pH of Kangen water and also the antioxidant properties of the water as well. So tune in. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you.